Kanye West's latest documentary, In Whose Name, includes a scene of Kim Kardashian in tears. Here's what he has said in the past regarding his feelings for her after their divorce. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and updates. Kanye West, who now goes by Ye, has always been a figure who sparks conversation around the world. Whether it is his music, his bold statements, his fashion empire, or his complicated personal life, he remains one of the most talked about celebrities of our time. But one thing that always stands out in conversations about him is his relationship with Kim Kardashian. Their marriage was one of the most famous unions in modern pop culture. They seemed untouchable, like a powerful duo that mixed glamour, music, business, and influence into one giant cultural moment. Yet behind the polished images and red carpet smiles, their story had a very different side. It was filled with love, heartbreak, conflict, and moments that the public never fully saw until now. The new documentary titled In Whose Name is beginning to shine a brighter light on that side of their story. The film includes over 3,000 hours of footage collected since 2019, and it goes deep into Ye's personal journey over 6 years. One of the most shocking parts of the trailer is a moment where Kim Kardashian is seen crying. It is raw, emotional, and heartbreaking, especially because the world knows how much of their life together played out in public already. And when this moment is put side by side with some of Ye's earlier words about still loving Kim even after their divorce, it makes everything even more powerful. When Kanye West and Kim Kardashian married in 2014, it felt like a modern-day fairy tale. Their wedding took place in Florence, Italy, in a lavish ceremony filled with luxury, beauty, and attention from every corner of the media. It came after their whirlwind romance and the birth of their first daughter, North. People around the world followed their love story closely. Fans were obsessed with every detail, every Instagram post, every magazine cover, and every public appearance. Together, they went on to have 4 children, and many thought their union would last forever. They were everywhere, from the Met Gala to political rallies. They represented more than just a couple. They were a cultural force that shaped conversations about music, reality television, fashion, and celebrity influence. But as is often the case, what the public sees is not the full story. Behind the glamorous moments, the pressures of fame, their different priorities, and Ye's frequent controversies began to create cracks in their marriage. Ye has never been one to hold back. He has made countless headlines with his unfiltered remarks, political views, and public outbursts. While some fans admired his boldness, others worried it was causing damage not just to his career but also to his family life. By the time 2020 rolled around, the distance between him and Kim was becoming more and more obvious. They were often apart, and when they were together, it was not the same united front people were used to seeing. In February 2021, Kim Kardashian filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. She made it clear that it was not an easy choice, but one that she felt was necessary for her well-being and for the stability of their children. This was a heartbreaking moment for fans who had invested so much in the idea of their marriage. Even though many had seen the warning signs in the years leading up to the split, the official announcement still hit hard. What followed was a long and very public divorce process. There were constant headlines, speculations, and even attempts from Ye to win Kim back. He made many public statements expressing his desire to fix things and be with his family again. For a while, it seemed like every few weeks he was making headlines either about their relationship or about his feelings for Kim. Eventually, in late 2022, the divorce was finalized. The two agreed to joint custody of their children, something that reflected both of their commitments to being present in their kids' lives, no matter what happened between them as a couple. Even after the divorce, Ye made it clear that his feelings for Kim had not disappeared. In 2023, during an interview on Piers Morgan Uncensored, he was asked whether he still loved Kim despite everything that had happened. His answer was simple but powerful. He said, "I absolutely I'll love her for life." He added that he still felt protective of her, explaining that when he speaks out about things he believes are wrong, part of that comes from wanting to protect her in some way. It was a rare vulnerable moment from Ye, a man who is often seen as larger than life and always in control. When Morgan pushed further and asked whether he wanted to get back together with Kim, Ye responded with a line that instantly made headlines. He said, "Those thirst traps still be fire." It was his unique way of expressing that the attraction and connection he felt toward her had not gone away. These words now feel very different in light of the new trailer for In Whose Name. The documentary goes deep into Ye's personal life, his struggles, his battles with mental health, and his refusal to live by anyone else's standards. In the trailer, Ye reveals that he stopped taking medication for 5 months. He explains that he saw medication as something that took away his creativity. He also claims that he was misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder and that he actually has autism. These are heavy statements, ones that add more complexity to the public's understanding of him. One of the most striking parts of the trailer is when Kim is heard crying. Through her tears, she says, "Your personality was not like this a few years ago." It is a heartbreaking line, because it captures the feeling of watching someone you love change in ways you cannot control. It is not just about the fights or disagreements, it is about seeing the person you knew shift into someone who feels unfamiliar. In another clip, the two are shown arguing. Ye raises his voice, saying, "Never tell me I'm gonna wake up one day and have nothing." Kim tries to respond calmly, saying, "We can talk about that later," but, before Ye cuts her off with, "It ain't no, but." These raw exchanges make it clear that their marriage was filled with tension and emotional pain that most of the world never saw. The clips also raise bigger questions about how much of their private life will be revealed in the documentary. A source once told In Touch Weekly that Kim was very nervous about what Ye might include in the film. According to that insider, Kim knew that their relationship had been filled with heated phone calls and arguments, and she worried those could end up in the final cut. The source also said that Ye does not care about being politically correct or being liked. He has always been willing to say and show things exactly as he sees them, even if it causes backlash. For Kim, who has built her own image carefully through years of managing her brand, reality shows, and business ventures, the idea of losing control over her narrative is understandably scary. She has tried to maintain a peaceful co-parenting relationship with Ye, even when things became very messy in public. But a documentary that shows her crying, arguing, and breaking down could be a reminder of the most painful parts of her life that she would rather keep private. Yet for Ye, this documentary seems to be about telling his truth no matter the cost. He has always believed in creating his own path, even when others disagree or criticize him. Whether it is in music, fashion, or his personal life, Ye operates outside of traditional expectations. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.